Hey guys, it's Jason at Hard Money Bankers with your Private Money Minute. Today's topic is finding your perfect sweet spot in your business. As you grow, there's a sweet spot of exactly where you want to be related to transactions, net income, gross income, things like that. We're going to talk further about that in a second, but obviously you need to be monitoring your gross income and your net income, because if you can't count the money, you don't know how much money you're making, there's no point to be in business, right? You're just kind of spinning your wheels and you're not even 100% sure if you're profitable or not. But a lot of small business owners, real estate investors, realtors, they've always kind of have this thing that they're in a good spot right now, but they want to double their business because they believe if they can double their business, they're going to make twice as much money. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that, right? So you kind of got to figure out where this kind of sweet spot is as you grow. So you start down here and then you do more and you do more and you grow and you grow and grow. And typically as you grow, you hire more employees, potentially have more overhead. You usually have a little bit more risk or liability if you're growing and you're doing more transactions, buying, selling, listing properties, things like that, right? So as you grow, you're taking on more expenses, right? You're taking on more expenses, you got more liability and things like that. So it's important to kind of monitor that. And I know so many people that realize that they grow, they're doing so many more transactions, but their income was either the same or it's not much higher than it was before. And that's what this term sweet spot means. You got to figure out exactly what there is. Now I'll tell you firsthand, if we wanted to do as a lending company, if I want to do twice as many deals, I could do that overnight. It's very, very simple. I cut my fee and my lending standards would just be more lax, right? But that's not going to work. If I wanted to, I could do that, right? But that doesn't work. It doesn't work for your model. So I'm not saying you have to change up your model. And for instance, if you're used to making $10,000 on a wholesale deal, say I'm only going to take $7,000. Like that's not what I'm saying. That's an easy way to grow. But guess what? That person is going to grow, and they're probably not going to make any more money, and they're going to. So there's no point, right? We're in money. We're in business to make money. Like that's what it's about. But I will tell you that in order to find your sweet spot, you usually have to outgrow your sweet spot. So as you're growing, you're like, you grow, and you're like, you know what? I'm all the way up here, and I'm just not as profitable as I was down here. So you figure out that sweet spot, and it's usually probably 75% of what your figure it would be, right? You work down, then you cut the fat. So hopefully you found this helpful. It's kind of an interesting topic. People in real estate don't really talk about this that much, but I'll tell you firsthand that, doubling your volume and doubling your production and doubling your growth doesn't necessarily mean you're doubling your income. If there's a way to double your income in the space that you're at or in your business with keeping the exact same risk, having the exact same liability, and having your expenses the exact same, that's great. If you can find that, that's great. But whatever your sweet spot is, you got to find that. I'm really curious to see if you and your business have found your sweet spot yet, or if you think you found it, or if you have any insight related to this topic, because it's an interesting topic and not many people talk about it. So if you do, comment below. I'd certainly appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This is Jason with your Private Money Minute.